All right, we have a test coming up on Monday or Tuesday, depending on what day you have health class. So, first and second hour, you have a test on Monday. Fifth hour and eighth hour, you have your test on Tuesday. So, part of the test will be decisions, goals, and your health. So, we've talked about goal setting and stat, okay, right now. So, we've had a pretty good handle on it. I'm not going to have you create any more goals. You should have had a academic goal and a personal goal for stat. But I do want to make sure you have the notes. So hopefully this is a review for you. So um, the freedom you gain as you grow older comes with more responsibility. For example, you have to make some tough choices, set goals for yourself, and there you go. Plan how to reach your goals. A part of goal setting and decision making comes with your values. Okay, and you get your values a lot of times, in most cases, from your family. So many times your family values also reflect your own personal values. So the rules by which, by the way, values, the definition is, I would write these definitions down if I were you. That would help out a lot with your tests. The rules by which we make decisions about right and wrong, should and shouldn't, and good and bad. And just because we have values doesn't mean we don't make poor choices once in a while. But the better we understand our values, and the better we let our values guide our choices and our decisions, the better decisions we will consistently make. That's just one thing to remember when it comes to values. So, some common values we have, or that many people share: respect. Now, if you look at some of these values in our society, many of us are lacking in a lot of these: honesty, responsibility, loyalty, cooperation, trust, politeness, and courage. Now, if I were to have you rank these values, which are probably important to all of us, hopefully, in order from um, the one you think is most important to one you think is least important, many of our rankings would differ, and that's completely normal. So there's not necessarily a right or wrong answer, but you need to know your values, their importance, and let those values, again, help you with your decision making. Now, if you look at the decision making process, good decision making skills can help a person make responsible choices that contribute to health and the quality of their life. So, the definition for decision making process is steps that enable you to make a healthful choice, healthful decision. So, teenagers often struggle with the decision making process, right? Many adults struggle with the decision making process. But it's an important process, and the better you get at it, the better you slow things down and you think them through and you refer back to your values, the better you get your decision making process. So, one way we talk about it, okay, is the HELP strategy. Okay, the acronym for when weighing the options for any decision, asking yourself these couple questions: is it healthful? So if I choose yes or no, is it going to impact my health in any way? Okay, does this choice present any health risk? Is it ethical? Does this choice reflect what you value? Is it legal? Does this option violate any local, state, or federal laws? Would my parents approve? So, if you're afraid, if you're hiding it from mom and dad or your guardians at home, then obviously the decision should be easy. You should probably be no. If any of the other questions you come up with a no, it's against your values, it poses health risks, it's against the law, then again, the correct decision would be no. So, some of the different steps in the decision making process. Step one, figure out the situation. What are your choices? Step two, list all of your options, even the bad ones. Just lay them out there. Step three, you want to weigh the possible outcomes. Try and figure out what the consequences are for each decision, and are you good with those consequences? Four, consider your values. Again, you've heard that quite a bit now. Five, make the best choice and then act on it. And six, even after you've made your choice, so you need to evaluate the decision and see if you still agree with your choice, or maybe you need to make some new choices. Now, goals. So just as you set goals because you have dreams for the future, you also set goals for your health in order to stay well. So, definition for goals: those things that you aim for that take planning and work. These help you achieve things, help you stay motivated, help you stay out of trouble. Okay, people without goals are more apt to get in trouble because they are bored and they don't have anything to do. So when you're bored, and you have nothing to do, you generally go find trouble in order to entertain yourselves. Different types of goals. Okay, this should be review from STAT, which is great that we just started this in STAT. So don't have to spend as much time of it in health class. But a short-term goal is a goal that you can reach in a short period of time. It could be done today, depending on what time it is. It could be done tomorrow, okay? This weekend. Within a week or so, probably a short-term goal, okay? And you have long-term goals. By the way, having a series of short-term goals and achieving those can help you reach a long-term goal. So that's a goal that you plan to reach over an extended period of time. So if you have a long-term goal to go to UW-Madison for college, okay, a series of short-term goals is being, obviously the long-term goal, you have to be very successful in school. You have to have a high GPA, high ACT, be involved in many activities, okay, which are all great things. So many short-term goals can help you add those up and help you achieve your long-term goal of making it to UW. Types of goals. To reach your goal, you need an action plan. This will help you turn your dreams into reality. So one of the slides we talked about, okay, if you don't have goals to help you reach the things you want, they're really just dreams, right? You're not doing anything to achieve those things. So an action plan is a multi-step strategy to identify and help you achieve your goals. Types of goals. Developing an action plan. Set a specific, realistic goal and write it down. So, right, SMART, specific. Remember the SMART goals. Okay, be as specific as possible with your goal. Okay, list the steps, the action you will take to reach your goal. Okay, identify sources of help and support. Usually, it's parents, teachers, coaches, sometimes your friends. So, it can be many different types of sources of help and support. The internet can be used as a valuable tool, showing you how to do certain things depending on what your goal is. Set a reasonable time frame for achieving your goal. If we're not bound by a time frame, okay, then we often just put things off till tomorrow. We don't have that motivation, okay? Have a time frame to help you stay motivated, make sure you're achieving that goal. Got to be a reasonable time frame as well. We don't want something that's too soon, that's impossible, and makes it too stressful. We also don't want to set something off, too far down the road when we could achieve it much quicker. Evaluate your progress by establishing some checkpoints, so you can see how you're doing as you're trying to reach those goals. So going back to grades, obviously we have progress reports that are coming out this weekend. Anytime between Thursday, I think we can start posting them as teachers until next week, Tuesday. So those will be kind of a checkpoint to see how you're doing if you have grade-related goals. And then reward yourself for achieving your goal. Doesn't have to be anything huge, but definitely celebrate your goals, obviously depending on the goal and how big it was or how small it was. Depends on what type of celebration reward that you might give yourself. So those are different types of goals, decision-making process. Again, rewatch if you need to. Make sure you have these notes before the test on Monday/Tuesday.